Hi guys, welcome to my channel. We're going to be watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, Season 1, Episode 5. This is called The Altar of the Dead. If you would like to follow me on Twitter, would like to watch the full reactions over on my Patreon, links are down below. Let's get into this episode.
The housekeeper knew, more than most, that deep experience was never peaceful. And because she knew this ever since she'd first called Bly home, she would always find her way back to peace within her daily routine.
Any of us could die at any moment. Or we could forget our entire lives, which is like dying. So then, think about it. We can't count on our future either. No past, no future.
Oh my God, it's scary, I know, but Owen, you're young. Like, you have a past, you have a future. You know, I'd argue you can count on both.
I'm untethered now, whether I like it or not. And now I'm thinking, maybe I'll go back to Paris. And you know, you could too. Say it with me. Anna Gross in Paris.
What would I do in Paris?
Eat croissants and drink good wine. And live, Hannah. Live. You and me. While we still can.
So sorry to interrupt, but I'm turning into a pumpkin. Come on, Owen. Time to go home.
Are you Hannah? Owen Sharma. It's so nice to meet you.
Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated today. And typically, job interviews aren't my... Well, I'm far more comfortable on the other side of the table. But Charlotte, Mrs. Wingrave, she had to, Right, yes, well, I'm all set. Why do you want to work at Bly?
Because it's close to home.
Oh, well, that's honest.
Well, I'm too honest. It's probably pathological.
No, honesty is never that.
In Paris, I was a sous chef, which means they only let me chop vegetables. Here, I'll be putting everything together myself. It'd be a great learning experience.
Well, you have 2 children to cook for. Not sure that's the type of experience you want. Miles is 7 and rather picky. Flora's 5 and... Darling, this is my home, and I take great pride in it. We need a cook who intends to stay on for a while.
Yesterday, my mother thought it was 1962, and that I was my grandfather. That's why I'm here. I need to make a living while I mind her, and I don't know how long that will... but I won't go running off. I promise you that. That's not who I am.
Mrs. Gross? They're here. The Wingraves are here.
Very good, thank you.
Who's this? Are we finally gonna get to meet the parents?
How are things?
Oh, well, you know, same as always, Mom.
Mrs. Gross, lovely to be back.
Oh, lovely to have you back, sir.
Hello, Hannah. Lovely to see your face.
And yours too, sir. You'll bring those in directly, will you?
Immediately.
I'm very confused by this.
Hannah? I thought you'd left. You usually leave before... Is Sam coming to get you?
No,
Is he all right?
I don't know how he could be, Mom. But apparently he is. Apparently he's just fine. Somehow, him and whoever she is there, they're just fine.
Oh, my. I'll arrange a ride, or take you myself.
No, really,
Or you can stay here, you know, for as long as you like. Forever, if you need to.
Like, I don't get this. Like, is she traveling through time in her head, or what's going on?
Stop it! Miles! You stop that this instant!
It's not funny, mate. Don't ever do that again, do you hear me? Or I will beat the living shite out of you. No bullshit. I will fucking end you.
Look at you, all flushed. You're pretty when you blush.
Miles!
I think it's Peter.
Any of us could die at any moment, or we could forget our entire lives, which is like dying.
Disappear and then come back and try and act like everything is normal. That's not going to fly with me. What? You talk to me like rubbish and I haven't heard from you in days.
Keep your voice down.
Don't tell me what to do.
Look, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come here. Please. Hey.
I wouldn't take his ass back after that.
I don't
Well,
even
thank you.
know who that was. I'm just in deeper than I thought, I guess.
You don't get to talk to me like that again.
No, never, never. I promise. I do. I promise.
It's like the same exact crack every time. Like, what is that? It is still jewelry from the dead.
Share what's in your pocket. Did Henry ask you to get that for him?
That's right.
What's he want with that?
I don't know. I'm just following orders.
Henry might be too much of a mess to notice what you're up to, but I'm not.
And what am I up to?
No, you're taking things that aren't yours. I'll have the necklace, please.
Here.
Thank you.
You should be nicer to me, Anna. I mean, one word from me and you'd be thrown out of here with nothing but your last week's wages.
This is my home, Peter Quint. You'll leave long before I do.
I understand why Peter would want to hurt her or kill her. Because she didn't put up with his bullshit. So who's leaving these footprints? I thought it was Rebecca, but it might not be Rebecca. But Rebecca's the only one I know that drowned in the lake, or at least they said. So that's why I assumed it was her. And that's Rebecca, right?
I'm looking at this as an opportunity to hone my skills. In Paris, I was a sous chef.
This is a really messed up episode. I don't understand what's happening right now.
Myself.
Haven't we already done this?
Yes.
Yes. But we have to do it again.
Why?
Why?
You tell me.
What?
It's okay. Let's get back to it. In Paris, I was a sous chef, which means they only let you cut vegetables.
Oh, Miles is a good boy.
Huh?
He's sweet. He's trouble, but deep down, oh, he's a good boy.
Troubled?
Yeah, he hasn't been the same since his parents died.
Is he ever cruel?
Whatever would make you say that?
Little boys can be very cruel.
He's a good boy, and he would never do anything to
Hurt you? Is that what you were going to say? Whatever would make you say that?
I don't know, he was.
It's okay. Okay, he wouldn't hurt you. But you admitted he hasn't exactly been himself since his parents died.
No, that's not what I meant.
Miles Dominic Winggrave!
What do you think you're doing?
Hey,
What on earth has gotten into you?
Peter?
enjoying a fag on a nice sunny day. What do you do?
Look, I know you, Miss Peter. And I know it's confusing the way he's run off. And if you want to keep his lighter, that's okay with me as long as you're safe with it. But you cannot, under any circumstances, be smoking. Or do you want to die a horrible choking death,
Oh, Hannah. Honestly.
Miles, we're not finished here.
Like, I don't know what parts of this is, like,
Miles!
present time or past. It's, like, all over the place.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Some of it's quite obvious, but...
Just now.
What would you say to making your position live in?
I appreciate the offer. Really, I do, Charlotte. But Sam he's just going for a phase. And he'll be back.
Marriage is like religion in a way. You are told to have blind faith in God, even though you can't see him. And you're told to have blind faith in your husband, even if you hardly ever see him. They both have their limits in that regard.
Well, what's the alternative? Believe in nothing? Then what? What have you got when your back's against the wall, when there's nothing left for you but faith? I still love him. And what he did was... it was horrible, but...
Yes. Yes, it was.
I used to be a daddy's girl. When you find someone who truly sees you, who truly believes in you, sometimes more than you believe in yourself, you hold on to them and you don't let go. Even if they're rough around the edges, even if they're not perfect, even if you lose yourself just a little.
You don't have to lose yourself to find happiness, you know.
I've never met anyone like him. I know he's not perfect.
More than that, though, isn't it? Forgive me for saying so, Rebecca, but he scares the shit out of me.
You don't know him, Hannah, you don't. He scares me too. But in the best way. For the first time in my life, that little voice in my head saying I'm not good enough has disappeared. It's gone. And I've never felt so alive.
You ain't gonna stay that way.
Alex, there's a difference between feeling good and feeling alive. The two aren't always the same.
You worry too much, okay? I've been with men like him before.
No. No, that's not true. You told me yourself. You told me you never met anyone like him before, and you don't get to have it both ways.
Hannah, honestly.
Lighter.
Let me get your opinion, Rebecca. More salt in the stew?
Thank you, I'm not hungry.
She can't taste that because Peter.
Sweet as honey is